Hello. Come on back. You guys gotta check out this sunset. It's not beautiful. It's not natural. Let me show you what I'm working with here. Okay, hold on. See that face? I do it a disservice by zooming in too much. Becomes over pixelated. Hold on. Rastafari. Hi, Boxer. Hi, Boxer. Good girl. I don't know if you guys can see the let's see. Can you see what's going on? Do you see those indentations? Hello. Good evening. Rastafari. How much? Good evening. We're almost out of dog food. Just talked to King David. King James. He gets some new dog food. But anyway. It says in the good book, and there's been some things changed, no doubt. You know they were putting down women back in the day. So I think we must consider the Gospel of Mary. I think we must consider the Gospel of Mary. What do you guys think? Shout out to the 1,000 in the chat. Beautiful night. Let's see. Hello. Hope everyone's having a blessed night as well. That's Timmy's house. We're almost out of dog food, but we're going to get some more. Shout out to Hunter Special. It's good dog food. That's Timmy's house. Dogs just ran off at something. Hey, Mama. Mama. But it says in the good book that the young and the old will have visions. I know I surely do. Another beautiful lady at church. So having a conversation with her when I met her. I haven't been able to get back to church since 2 weeks ago, right? Two weekends ago. You can see that the dark side doesn't want me over there because there's strength. There's power in one, yes, with Christ, but there's power in many as well. But there'll be signs. The good book says there'll be signs in the sky. Okay, it's changing. It's a constant. I'm up on my perch here. We're listening to Shaman's Dream Music. YouTube it. Very good mix. Look, you can see the eyes over there now. Hey, Don. Nice. Halo. I say hello or hola. Hola, ¿cómo está? That means hello. Hello, how are you in Espanol? Hi, Timmy. Big Timmy. Timmy's doing security. He's making sure his brothers and sisters are all right. Yeah. Yep. Poor mama kicked Timmy right out, though. And I had, thank God, I had this igloo. But we're going to put some more blankets in there because it is getting colder than a witch's tit and a brass bra, and I wouldn't know about that. Ain't no witches in my kitchen, huh, Timmy? Ain't no bitches doing dishes. Rastafari. Excuse my language, my lord. Hi, Timmy. What do you say, big dog? Oh, there you go. He likes to do the working on the time machine. We're gonna rewire that copper. All right, let's see what we got in the sky. That was the reason I went live, because I wanted to show you how not beautiful. A lot of people, oh, it's such a beautiful sunset, sunrise. No, if you grew up in New Mexico, didn't look like that. Yeah, Timmy, he's got some great markings. And when puppies are born, they don't start changing colors till they get older, Doing a little laundry. There's the sleigh over there. There's my dog sleigh. So it's going to be a dog sleigh time machine. Timmy just loves hanging out in the compost. That's where we had the 13-foot tetrahedric Mary Jane. What do you say, Timmy? He loves chewing on corn and all kinds of good stuff. No plastic. FYI, you don't have to listen to me, but all those dog toys, most of them, they're not indestructible. They're toxic. My dogs have great white teeth. Whoops, he moved. It's because they chew on organic material. And that's how God set it up. Don't ask me. That's God's beautiful mystery. We got a bird bath over here made out of cantaloupe. Gotta adjust my solar. Mr. Dead went out, but he's still dead, even though there ain't no death, huh? Hey, Timmy. But yeah, we got the flag here in honor of the 13-foot Mary Jane. She'll be growing, her babies will be growing here next year, because she got pregnant. Let's see what we can zoom in here. Let's see what is this? What is that? Ah, very interesting, my dear Watson. Elementary. Hey, that looks like there's water up there. The good book says there's water above, water below. Hello. I didn't see you. Lucy Warner, Warren's World, 3115. Hello. God bless. There'll be, let me see. Let me get what I'm trying to zoom in again. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Uh-huh. How are you? As above, as below. Yes, let's see what. Over here, this one is always just, I need to research astrology. There's much to learn. That's why, this new age spirituality is passivity. And I was raised in Sri Gary Olson Master Path cult. My mom still in it. But passivity is not spirituality. We need to help out our brothers and sisters. My 2 cents. It's not showing it right here. Wait till I get my good camera set up. But there's an L right. If you can see my little hookah, there's an L right here, which I find so interesting. My name, Lucart. So just thought that was interesting. It's not like the world is about me, but the world's about me, and the world's about you. The world's about all of us. Where'd the doggies go? I got a duck call and an elk call waiting at the post office, but my truck starter went out. But God sets up everything. I got my little whistle though. I got for 40 cents. Blow the whistle. There's Timmy. Where's Big Boxy Dog? There's Pops. Pop's ashes. My dad's ashes right there. I need to clean it up back here. I'm gonna make a nice fountain and greenhouse. I want to plant a tree right above his grave. He really liked fruit trees, so I was thinking I could plant a fruit tree right above. If anyone's seen that movie, The Fountain, it's very interesting on the concept on the tree of life. What is it, big dog? Let's see what we got over here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Let's see what we got here. I'm humbled, you know what I mean? See that one's see how that one's different than when we zoomed in. These are drones and stuff. That's Satan's dominion. I hate to say it. God don't judge is the only judge, but I mean, if you're gonna be spraying arsenic, barium, all kinds of bullshit. Oh, what my dad would say, oh my God, you know what I mean? My dad really loved the earth and animals. There's a little drone over there. See if we can zoom in on him. He's spraying a bunch of aerosols. Well, steady. He's moving, or she. There's Satan's neighborhood over there. No joke. No joke. I got one neighbor. Some of you know he threatened to murder me and my animals for the second time. Mm-hmm. And he used to just come over here real close to the gate, right, on purpose. This is how some friends, you keep your friends close, they're your enemies, that kind of thing. He would come right by the gate really early in the morning. I'd be meditating, you know what I'm saying? But, 15, 30-minute meditation, then I'm off to work. Working on the house, and got to let Boxer out, and we both have a lot of energy and really love the woods. But he would come right here next to the fence, right? I got a camera right there. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but got my cross right here that I actually need to adjust, put some copper on it. There's a reason that copper is worth what it is, but it's actually worth more than that. It's truly a miracle. Not to use the word magic, but magi, the true magi, see how these words have been slighted, my research, the true magi are the ones that knew that everything came from Christ, and that's what gave it its brilliance. You know what I mean? That's my research. But we got a bunch of drones over there in Satan's neighborhood. But he don't come next to the gate anymore. Next to Dad's, Pop's ashes. Where's my hey Timmy? Where's my I need to stain Grandma's table. Where's my yeah, there we go. Where's my chingadera? The Spanish Mexican, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Term. Slang, excuse me. I got musical instruments back here. See that? So that kind of. See, we got to get that. Play a little music for Satan. You know what I mean? Tell him God's army is here. That's a brake pad right there. It's funny because it echoes all the way down at the end there. It's like when Pee Wee Herman makes breakfast. Wait, am I right? Steady. Rastafari. Where'd Timmy go? Timmy. Oh, Timmy. There he is. Where's Boxy Baby go? How's everyone doing? Hold on. I'm gonna give you a wrench. Yeah. What is it, big dog? Standard. There you go. I gave you a wrench. Hey, big dog. Hello. What You got a burr on you. You got 2 burrs on you. Where'd you go, big dog? Oh, boxer baby. I gotta carve this pumpkin. You know, original history of pumpkins, very spiritual thing, sacred thing, but it showed it was because they were honoring the dead. And it wasn't anything, it's like the rainbow. It's I remember a song we used to sing in kindergarten about the rainbow. The world is a rainbow. Many different people. Well, hello, Moon. Hello. There's Moon. But yeah, leave it to Darth Vader, the dark side of this world. No joke, to take everything, you know what I mean, that God created and then mess with it. Like Bill Gates. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like yin yang. It does. Yeah, I gave you a wrench, Lucy. So. Yes, I. Steady. Trying to be. Yep. I gotta get some water. Vodka translated is water, little water. Yep, it is little water. Go ahead, Boxer. It ain't big water. Anyway, hold on, y'all. I'm in a goofy mood right now. Excuse me. Hey, I got check out my ceiling. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Aqua. Thank you, gracias. Gracias, Dios. Oh, yeah. Rastafari. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Thirsty. Are you hungry, Timmy? Timmy. Timmy. Yeah. Oh, Timmy. What up, big dog? Did you do security? Very interesting, my dear Watson. Very interesting. Timothy. Oh, Timothy. Christmas tree. He's a good boy. How about? I think it's gonna be windy enough tomorrow. I got a feeling we can fly the kite. You guys wanna fly the kite? We'll go for a walk. I got this kite. A lot of you don't really care, but I like it. It's a giant dragon. Go fly a kite. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Excuse me. Pardon me. Remember that Bugs Bunny? Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Thanks for sticking around. Okie dokie. Alrighty then. Shaman's Dream and Geometry. Check it out, Don. Anyone looking for a good mix to meditate to? My 2 cents. Yeah. Hope everyone's having a great night. I got to get to the post office too because I got a few Bibles I ordered. And it's really interesting, that the dark side doesn't want me to pick up. Trying to read the chat here. Yeah, floor on the ceiling. It's called Tongue and Groove. It's a New Mexican. Steady the camera there. Steady! Me too. It's interesting. Dios, you say adios, but Dios means God in Espanol. So when you're saying goodbye in Spanish, you're actually saying a God. Ye too are the sons of ye two are gods, yeah? I don't know if you really know how much power we have, in the not in as I'm no preacher, but just throwing it out there. The truffles, the tetrahedric truffles, that's a new term because the Karens at YouTube, they get all upset. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got upset because, that's the devil's attitude, right? But the tetrahedric truffles tell me to care more, to slow down, to love more, to forgive. To be quiet more, to listen more, to use my intuition more. To praise more. And All roads, they don't lead to Rome, they lead to Christ. And that doesn't mean a dark path leads to Christ. My 2 cents. Bad stuff leads to Christ. But what I mean is roads of life. There's only one God that created life. You know, it makes sense. It says so in the good book. It also says in the good book we're in a firmament. And our common sense as well tells us that we're not spinning. Just hypothetically, just look at this, okay? Let's take their side, as a good attorney or lawyer would do, to prove the dark side, use that term, right. Like a good attorney will give the murderer the benefit of the doubt, prove him. Let's go through everything and prove that you're innocent. Let's just look at everything from a rational standpoint. All right, so we're spinning through space on this globe, right? And the model, right? The model is a golf ball, right? Okay. Me and my dad used to go hunting for golf balls, all the rich people. So, well, not all of them, but a lot of these rich people, they'd be so wasteful. Poor people are wasteful too. It's easy to take for granted. That's another thing that the tetraic truffles tell me, is to be very thankful for everything. No joke. Okay, so let's take this for instance, right? So this is it, right? This is us, right? And we're just flying at like whatever they say. Just let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's just say we're going 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say we're going hey, we're only going 5 miles an hour, okay? And everyone knows you could even kill someone. No joke. Harm reduction with your vehicle going 5 miles an hour. Look it up. Don't believe me, right? Okay, let's just say we're going 5 miles an hour, right? And there's all kinds of other stuff too, right? There's variances on our path. It's an obstacle course. And we're somewhere down here or something, right? And then here's a friend over here. Here's my friend in Canada over here. Here's Don over here, right? Here's me over in New Mexico, but we're going like this. You know what I mean? It's like when you hit a golf ball or a baseball, right? Or you just throw it like that, right? I know it's a little dark in here. But it's just doing that, right? And the only thing keeping us like that is this gravity thing, right? I mean, if you think about that concept, it makes absolutely zero sense. Harm reduction. Who am I? You know what I mean? But yeah, common sense isn't so common. But, anyway, Anyway, just a little idea. Chingadera. A little Spanish term for it, a little slang. Just a little chingadera. How about Box of baby? Oh. Anyway, Boxer, hello. Hello. I'll show you guys the puppy soon. Right now, though, it's I feel it's a really sacred. There's a reason that Mom is very territorial because these things are sacred. Life is sacred. So, and I still feel bad about one finding a puppy run to the litter. Poor little dude or girl. I did get, close enough look, but not to be weird, but hey, Boxer. But that was a bummer, finding a little buddy back there, and Mama just buried the beautiful soul herself. She picked it up. I was gonna bury it. I washed it. I was trying to, by some miracle, it was still alive. It needed some water or something, but I could see the look in its face. But Mama took it from me. I let her take it, and she did her sacred thing. She's a fierce mama. We could learn a lot from doggies. You know what I mean? Oh, Boxer! But yeah, I hope everyone's having a blessed night. I truly mean that. You know what I mean? Lord knows I try to get along with my neighbor. And actually, I'm ready to, drop $550. I'm not bragging, but to fix the starter in my truck. Because I got business. I got to get dog food. I got clients waiting on me. I got to get food for myself. I got to go to the post office. I got to pick up my Bibles. But there's a reason they call New Mexico, anyone that's grown up here or lives here, it's called, nicknamed the land of Manana. And it's really hard to find reliable work. So these guys, they don't want, that was overpriced in my opinion anyway for 4 hours. It's going to charge me $550. And he lives only 10 minutes down the road. But I respect hard work. I respect getting your hands dirty with chemicals. But he didn't even text me or call me. He was supposed to get an appointment. And Lord knows I'm not the greatest at keeping appointments because since I've been deathly ill and I'm not looking for any sympathy. I'm just stating a fact. And if you're sensitive to the toxins in this world, this world will make you sick. And there's also a thing, called spiritual sickness. Woo! Some water for us. Yeshua. I'm blessed. I drink these bubbly waters a lot, but I got really good well water. It's medicinal. High mineral content, though, so I don't think it's good to drink it all the time. You know what I mean? Magnesium is good for you, but look it up. Water is good for you, but you drink too much water, you can go talk to death if you drink too much water. It's not fun talking to death, believe me. But no joke, I'm not making this up. But it thing is, when you talk to death, you see that, you see the other side, and you have these visions. I'm not bragging about this. It's really overwhelming, honestly. But anyway, absence makes the heart grow fonder, that kind of thing. But you really realize, how blessed and how beautiful life can be. And there's listen to Terrence McKenna again. This lecture, and he's talking about how these shamans, and a shaman is just the wise one. The preacher, the one who keeps the peace. But anyway, there's many tribes, and you can drop America and Africa, it'll be lost. You can research it. But anyway, there's tribes that they actually take a plant poison and they extreme poison, and they the whole point is a near-death experience. So they poison themselves. This is just, I wouldn't do it, but to each his own, I guess. But they, I drank alcohol, so I guess I did the same thing. You know what I mean? I took Adderall, so I guess I did the same damn thing. But anyway, so they poison themselves like extreme, And they know it's a temporary thing. They know it. They're very intelligent. They know what's going to happen. The shamans. But they give them these near-death experiences. They get so sick, but by the time you get back on the other side, you're just so thankful. You know what I mean? It's an interesting concept. But having so many near-death experiences myself, I'm truly blessed. But it's not that straightforward either, you know what I mean? Because the dark side, use that the sin of this life is very cunning. And also, when you're hurt, when people get hurt, when you get traumatized, it's actually CIA documentation. It fractures your brain. You can look it up. It's documented. So for someone that hasn't gone through a bunch of trauma, it's easy to say, oh, you're blessed. You know what I mean? You got money, you got this. That's the first thing they say. My dad's on his deathbed. Oh, I bet you're pretty, hey, cheer up. Cheer up. Look, you're going to get all this stuff. Like, how shallow. And I ain't afraid to say it. Finally, I ain't afraid to go against everything this world has to offer me. And it doesn't mean that I'm anything special. It just means that God has had mercy on me. Christ has had mercy on me. That's all that means. And that does make me special, but thing is we're all special. We're all sons and daughters of His Majesty. And the dark side of this world is working overtime because they know that. Giving you every circus thrill there is. Where does it end? Excuse me. Whoop, pardon me. Excuse me. Oh, bubbly. Pardon me. Whew. God bless. It's good to burp. Guys, actually, concentrated garlic, which is an antioxidant, a medicine to us, it will kill rodents because they cannot burp. Can you imagine dying because you can't burp? I actually I could breathe one time. No joke. My esophagus was totally damaged from drinking alcohol. Many times. So I drank the poison too. So it's the same kind of some concept. Banging your head against the wall, think it's gonna work. You're gonna feel better. These nutsos. There's this one, you can research it. This one dude, him and his wife, they go swimming with dolphins and stuff, right? Taking LSD, Well, that's beautiful. I actually hear dolphins when I'm on my voyages, my truffle journeys. Very high, lot to deal with. Very high, I don't recommend it. Very high amounts and not something very sacred, and it's not a party, it's not something you do all the time, very sacred. But anyway, I forgot this wacko, and he convinced his wife too, and they just drilled into his forehead, right into the third eye, the pineal gland. The third eye is not demonic. The third eye is your pineal gland, imagination, and it's shaped. Scientifically, this is how God created us. I'm standing like this, and it comes down. Jacob's ladder, it comes, nothing gross. Bottom of your spine, all the way up. That's why you get chills down your spine, because there's actually, your pineal gland is releasing chemicals to get, it's all your endorphins. And it's not like, oh, I'm so high, this is so great, like I'm stoned all the time. That's not the point. But it's Jacob's ladder. And the third eye is the straight and narrow gate. And there's a reason that all these Hollywood people, they go like this. They don't go like that. They don't go like that. They don't go like that. They don't do that. You know what I mean? And Shiv is not Star Trek. Shiv is a deep spiritual meaning of blessing someone to prosper as you wish yourself to be in this insanely turbulent world. But God set it up. God set it up. Works in mysterious ways. But back to the real quick. Yeah, I mean, you can look into that and stuff, but back to the $550, I was gonna pay 2 mechanics. They don't want it. They don't want to work. They don't want $100 an hour. That's cool. But the point is that Christ set this whole thing up. That's the point. And Terence McKenna talks about synchronicity and taking off my spikes here. Take off my armor. I got God's armor though. It's number one. But synchronicity, and it's basically, just if you listen, if you be still and know that I am God, that's from Scripture. I'm not talking about me. And Sri Gary Olson, Master Path, straight demon cult that I broke out of, he uses that phrase. You know what I mean? Like Christ said, there'll be many that come in my name and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, the point is synchronicity, and synchronicity is not just like, some fluffy new age concept. No, it's if you listen to the children, if you listen to the plants and the animals, you know what I mean? If you listen to the sky, to the waters, you know what I mean? This isn't something like some fluffy or insane because you listen to a lot of sacred life forms that these disgrace to God, fake whitewash spirituality, saying that animals they don't have souls and they don't really matter and we're just here to, have dominion or just macho, I've known many Christians, I think they're totally fake, 2 cents, but they're talking down on their wife and stuff, saying, oh no, the man runs the household, and there used to be a time, before they let women into the church. Oh man, I'd never kick a man in the balls, but I would to a man like that. I'll kick him right in his ding dong. You know why? Not a cheap shot. He shouldn't be populating anymore. It's okay, boss. But that's backwards. I mean, how will women go through? I can't even imagine. And look at society right now, you know what I mean? They're spitting on it. They're spitting on the sacredness of Gaia. That means mother. You know what I mean? But this is the force. Even my mom. Now I know. Lord, forgive me. I bless my mom now. And I pray for her. I praise that she finds Christ and get out of there. Their abusive husband who's got that same attitude, but he puts down the church. He puts down Christ and Jesus all the time. But look at what they did. That's not, you know what I mean? You think God created women so beautiful for them to be covered up their faces and stuff? No, I mean, I respect a woman, I don't think they should be my 2 cents, but it's not attractive to me to see everything that's hanging out. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd say this, but I'm looking for that. God willing, I hope to find a good girl at church. And there's a few of them that I met that first Sunday that I was there. They're very ladylike. You know what I mean? And I'm just a guy. Because that's ridiculous. Like, what's a guy saying about what this and women? Okay, no, that's cool. I'm just saying, I don't like to see disrespect. It hurts. There's a fly in here. there, you get that fly that drives you bananas. Just turn on the light. And the fly will seek the light. Kind of funny thing about flies, you know what I mean? And flies are dirty, but they have this I don't know if microbiome is the right term. I don't have any degrees, and I don't know too much about history. You know what I'm saying? Don't know too much biology. Oh. Who knows that song? But anyway, a fly that can clean itself like a dog, The dog's mouth is cleaner than the human hand, they say. Research, not they say, but research shows, that's why they can digest all this wacky stuff and chew on dead rats. And we can't do that, right? Yahweh, Yeshua did not create us like that, so that's the way it goes. Lord works in mysterious ways. I gotta plug in the phone too. Last live I did at the... It's okay, Box. Sorry to surprise you. Box has got a new necklace too. Looks so pretty with it. I bought some jewelry from this one of my clients, and the kid is raising money to go to Greece. And a lot of beautiful jewelry, just stainless steel and a cube. What's that? Zirconium? I can't pronounce it. But I don't care. I think cubic zirconium is beautiful. You know what I mean? But I think a rock in the driveway is beautiful. So who am I? To Rastafari, right? Sorry. I'm freaking out. The dog is when I get too loud. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. While I burst in the motherfucking rain. I like that old Incubus. Kinda. First album. Before the dirty, dirty, dirty devil got a hold of John music. There's so many artists out there. Amazing first albums, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as they get that deal, it's trying to sell their soul, but no one's buying. Devil can't buy your soul. He can make you think. You know what I mean? He's a great bullshitter. But once you figure out that Mickey Mouse bastard. You know what I mean? He's a trickster. Check out the Key of Solomon. These tricksters. That's what they are. That's what they're created for, you know what I mean? That's why we're not, this new age stuff, we're not all one and all connected and we're everything. And no, BS. And that's not what you learn. At least what I have learned on the tetrahedric truffles. You realize we're all created, you know, well, no, take that back. No, this is my 2 cents. I think some of us were created by Christ. And some of us were created by the damn devil. That probably sounds insane. I don't care. That's just my 2 cents, you know? I gotta plug this. Yeah, I gotta plug in there. Yeah. Huh? How you doing anyway? How's everyone? Yeah. Age restriction. What are you talking about? Age restriction, though, Don? I don't really like policing. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Don? I'll wait for you to respond. I don't get it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think it's really good to judge all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't think it's good to judge all this stuff. Whoops. I'm not flashing guns in my videos. I don't know if you're, you know what I mean? I'm not dropping F-bombs in my videos. I'm not drinking alcohol in my videos. I don't really know what you're talking about, Don. Come on. Shout out to one of my old fake friends, you know. He's so concerned about the F word. Like my mom and her husband that beat me. So concerned about the F word. Huh? In music. Yeah? I tell you what, that's the least you should be concerned about. We need to be protecting children. Instead of hurting them. Huh? So concerned about the F word, but you're going to traumatize me and my brother, semi-molest us, beat our behinds till they're bruised, black and blue, huh? But you're concerned about the F word? Beat me with a 3-foot stick? Is that what adult content is? If I gave you a wrench, I don't want you doing that. Reason I gave you a wrench is because you're a friend in Christ. I mean, I'll take that wrench away, no problem. I mean, I have zero problem turning the page. And I don't need anyone to police me or police my channel. I don't need any of that. I don't know if you realize, but I'm 42 years old. And if you keep, if you don't tell kids that this is abuse, that it's not discipline or love or some kind of BS, and who cares about my, motherfuck, huh? Who cares about that? Why don't we start protecting the children, huh? Instead of just saying we are. So no more, don't do that to my channel, please. Now I gotta meditate so I can alchemize this. Do not do that on my channel. I don't play any games. Oops. Games are for children. I'm a grown man. And these boys and girls, they will grow up as well. I know a good Rasta man. Shout out to Joe. One of my best friends and a true Christian. And I tell you what, he's the greatest grandfather in the world. Huh? Rasta man, black dude, he's got his dreads down there. Okay, that's what he looks like. Okay, that doesn't matter. He's clean, he's cut, he respects his wife. He does not cheat on his wife. He does not abuse his children. Okay? What is abuse? Huh? You want to make that clear? Hurting. Okay? Plain and simple. Words hurt a lot as well. And my mom was all freaked out when I told her the truth. And that was absolutely nothing. Dropping the F-bomb in front of my mom. That is nothing to what she has done to my brother, who I don't even know is still alive. Okay? So if you have to shout at the devil, so be it. You know what I mean? But do not police on my channel. Do not be perverted on my channel. I'll 86 you in the drop of a hat. And it'll hurt me to do it. Because I want to be friends. Okay? But if you take advantage of me and you start telling me what to do, I do not take kindly to that whatsoever. I have one authority. I have two authorities. Christ and James, my pastor. I take advice from him. Okay? So I don't need any of this rhetoric. This Karen rhetoric. We need to wake up. I'll never have children. I'm not a fit father. And that doesn't mean I would ever lay a hand on children. Is that what adult content is? No, we need to wake up and say that is not okay. Huh? No. Instead of shh. You know what I mean? When I was a little kid, oh, this is a rated R movie. Go in the room. You don't want to see this. Mother, did they build? You know what I mean? Pink Floyd, how building they get? Mother, we think they'll build the wall. You know, true spiritual meaning. I don't need no wall around me. I don't need no mommy. You know what I mean? I respect my mother, but I do not, absolutely do not and it'll hurt me if I block you. It hurt me to tell this dog that urinated all of my dog food in the porch. I gave him over 300 chances, 100 chances, no joke. It hurt me. Huh? I want to get along. But if you think, like my friend Gino, God bless him, but if you think a Rasta man is material, that's an oxymoron. If you think a preacher is material, that's an oxymoron. And I got zero time for the devil's bullshit rhetoric. You know what I mean? No policing on my channel, no being perverted. You know, this weirdo, I was talking about how my stepfather abused me as a little kid. And he's vaping nicotine, blowing into my little baby nephew's face. And he says, and my abusing stepfather kissed my nephew on the face and thought it was all right. There's many cultures that do that. It ain't nothing to do. And then this pervert goes, oh, you like to do that? No. Don't you ever put words into my mouth. Don't ever say, you said that. I have an excellent memory. Don't ever say that. Refer to my friend's video song. That's the rule book. I'm not going to let anyone, my good friend James, my pastor, he doesn't let anyone disrespect him. But I tell you what, he's been through thick and thin with me. He's the only one getting groceries for me. Gino, I don't got time for that. You don't got time for the dying, huh? When I've been sick and had a concussion, huh? I'm not looking for any sympathy. I was looking for a friend. Enjoy my dad's boat that I gave you. That's what I told him. I just blessed him. Because I don't want him to see him do bad. He changed. But a Rasta man is not material. Shamans are not material. And they do not boss people around. So anyone that I give a wrench to, don't be doing that. Don't delete any comments. I want to see everything. I don't need that. I will look at everything in this life. I will look at funerals. I will look at the sadness that mostly everyone else says, I don't like to think about that. Okay, well, don't. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. I care. I care about freedom. You know what I mean? And I'm going to die for it. Possibly. Christ only knows. But I don't pay taxes anymore. My dad's grave is here. So good luck. You want to come and try to take something from me? You want to come and this isn't adult material. You want to come and try and hurt me and my dogs? This is not adult material. Huh? Look at all this violence and drinking alcohol and all of this stuff. Huh? And being a pervert? Huh? That isn't even adult material. That's Satan's menu. That's the devil's workshop. It's a bunch of garbage. So don't ever do that. That's the old blue card. That's the old me. It's gone. They say when you find Christ, it says in the good book, you're reborn. And I'm not afraid of anything. And like my good friend James, the pastor, it's okay, boss. You know what I mean? Like Gino, he wanted to go back and forth with his text message, but you want to come and disrespect me face to face? You want to throw that spit? You know what I mean? You want to do it? No. You know what I mean? Like these people that drive insane, they wouldn't walk like that. You know what I mean? Is that how you walk, little grandma in your Kia? Just excuse me, not even no excuse me, just, you know what I mean? That's how you drive. And you're not saving any time. Guaranteed. Go ahead and do a little experiment, Watson. You know what I mean? It's elementary. I've timed myself many times. It still takes me 40 minutes if I go 69 or 79 in between here and Santa Fe. Okay? I don't know if you heard what I said. It still takes me 40 minutes, and I've done many experiments because that's my commute. So there you go. And how many experiments have I done? You need experiments, you need the proof. Go ahead and test it yourself. But since 2014, there's your experiments. And it's proven you might save a minute. I time myself. 69, 79. 69. The animals will feel better. Okay? You will save gas. Your vehicle will feel better. If you need to stop, you can slow down sooner. You're not on someone's bumper. You're not living in the future or the past. You know what I mean? Right now, we're driving a death machine, heavy machinery, and we're flying down the road. I had an accident one time. I was only going 20 miles an hour. This poor gentleman, he was highly drunk. Homeless guy stepped out inside the road. He was trying to kill himself. Police determined it. He didn't die, but he injured himself pretty good. Okay? I wasn't drunk. None of that. I don't have one DUI. And that's nothing to brag about. You know what I mean? But this is not adult content. Kids need to wake up. They need to be shown a little bit of grit, but with love. You know what I mean? They need to see. Wake up. You know what I mean? Watch Brave New World. That's exactly what they do to children. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what adult content is. It's violence. Like I said, it's perversions. And that isn't even adult. What does that mean? Adult. Do we even look at these words? We just say them. You just say it. A spelling, spell, cursing, a curse. Tequila, tequila, right, Don? Alcohol, alcohol, the body-eating spirit. Huh? So here's a reminder. Don't ever tell me to do anything. Don't even tell me to drink water. Por favor. Don't ever. If you still want to be a friend of mine, I ask you, do not do that. Because I will not tolerate it. One iota. And yes, that is a word. Shout out to Sri Gary Olson, Master Path Cult. I was infiltrating the devil's workshop, and I learned so much. Thank you. Hey, he's a dictionary. He's also a dick. But there you go. Got to beat my drum a little bit. Life is not all about just smelling the roses. Every rose has its thorn. Oh, Box, baby, you got a beautiful necklace. And life is not all about just, this is so, everything's great. Oh my God. Watch Brave New World. They disrespect, I'm not even going to say the word, but they disrespect all these sacred terms for plant medicine. You turn it around and you know what I mean? Shout out to Prideless Chicks. That's my homegirl right there. Shout out. Everyone check out Prideless Chicks channel. She's a true Christian. From what I gather. How about? Baby! I gotta watch my flip-flop. Flippity-flop. Poppity-pop. Huh? So, look at other cultures. Watch the movie Gladiator. Look at how he raised his son. Okay? Is that what a lot of mothers think motherhood is? Is putting the cuffs and duct tape, blinders on your baby? Is that what you want? Let me ask you a question. Would you want that done to you? You know what I mean? Step in if the kid's being a dick like Sri Gary Olson, Masterpath, if he's being a demon. But look at how I turned out. Raised listening to a bunch of angry music. You know what I mean? Now, I got a lot of edge, but I'm not in an insane asylum. I do not have an arrest record. I've never disrespected women. I've never disrespected children. You know what I mean? I've lost my mind with my dogs yelling and stuff, but I never hurt my dogs. You know what I mean? And dogs, if they want, they'll just take over and just be monkeys. That's the way God created them. You know what I mean? Even Boxer, she's a, lot of energy like I was as a kid. You know what I mean? And patience, and love, and kindness, and respect. An eye for an eye doesn't mean, you took my eye, so I'm now going to take your eye. That's not what it means. So give me dangerous freedom. It's a Jefferson quote. I don't want peaceful slavery. You know what I mean? I don't need some Brave New World. You know what I mean? What's that other sitcom? It ain't funny. The Happy Place or some BS. So don't worry about my damn language. You know what I mean? Don't worry about shit. Don't worry about fuck. motherfucker. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that. Worry about how we hurt each other and we put the blinders on. Walk around like this. You know what I mean? Children need to listen and hear this. If you are being hurt by your mother or father, you need to get help. Because it's not right. Okay? So I was told, no, that's not abuse. And don't be policing anyone. Don't kick anyone out. Don't do any of that. But my mom and her husband would say, no, that's not abuse. 3-foot stick, whipping. No, that's not abuse. Abuse is when we put a kid's hands on the stove. Huh? The lesser of two evils. This one great preacher, I was listening to him, it's like, no, it's Dick Gregory. Rest in peace, rest in power. What do you want? You want this guy over here? Like he only hurt, two people. This guy over here, he's Hitler, right? What do you want? You want this jerk over here? You want that dickhead over there? Huh? You concerned about my language? Give me a fucking break. Yeah, like my fake friend who didn't even care if I fell down the stairs. Huh? I don't like the F word in music. The F word, they even put it on that. Who told you all that? Do you even know what that word means? Huh? Rap didn't develop in Brooklyn. Rap are hymns. Centuries, Sanskrit. They would chant this by the Ganges River. And the F word, okay, it didn't have these other meanings, these bad meanings, okay? You can even look up someone's last name in India. It's the F word. You know what I mean? Is that adult content? Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, little Timmy, little Johnny, it's rated R. They're saying the F word, and they're fighting, and they're this is adult content. But here, come here, huh? Come here. Let me get the belt. You know what I mean? F that. I'll tell you what. Fuck that. Fuck those people. Okay? And YouTube is the same shit. Oh, this is restricted. It's adult content. Yeah, but you let people drink poison in front of children on Christmas? Huh? You let these channels brainwashing, manipulating children, huh? Oh, that's just fine. Oh, that's just fine. Hey, Merry Christmas. Who wants a beer? Who wants a big bottle of poison? Huh? Huh? Now we're gonna open our presents really quick, and not even take turns, and then we're gonna just stuff our faces. Yeah. Hello? 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 Wait. Is there anybody there? Hello? Hello? Is anyone home? Yeah, they are home. You know who's home? Satan. You know what I mean? The boys will no longer go hunting, right? No hunting. No. No, 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 none of that. No, no. Actually, hey, little Johnny Timmy, this is what they say these days. Oh, yeah, well, hey, just do whatever you want. Actually, just do whatever you want. It's your day, right? Okay. First, we're just gonna, I work for my allowance. Hard work. Hey, boss. And, you know what I mean? Now it ain't nothing sacred, just spoiling your children. Spoiling them. That's why a lot of people too, I had to just drop them. I had to block them. They're telling me how to run, take care of my puppies and stuff. I will accept people's friendship, but I do not need, I don't need that. You know what I mean? My pastor doesn't even do that to me. Okay? My James Vaughn, the preacher, he doesn't do that to me. And we have a mutual understanding. You know what I mean? He's very intelligent. You can even, truth is King David was an African American gentleman. What a disgrace. See, this is what we need to hear. You know what I mean? Lord have mercy, but if someone wants to jump off a bridge with a bungee, bounce and bang, bang, go ahead. Is that your life? A lot of people live vicariously through someone else's life. Surrogate. I think that's the term. Surrogate. There's a Bruce Willis movie like that. It's creepy as hell. Him and his wife all locked up to machines and they're protected. It's the same concept, right? It's too much. You know what I mean? That pop, you get enough. Oh, it's so scary. Oh, you can't do it. Oh. Hey, you better wake up. Because when you keep putting the blinders on, putting it under the rug, what's the greatest trick that the devil pulled, right? I don't exist. That's what Satan says. And I'm not here to amuse anyone either. When I say Satan's menu, it's not a joke. I'm not a joke. I'm not court jester all the time. You know what I mean? I'm not here to amuse everyone all the time either. The reason I laugh and joke around is for me to release my trauma. You know what I mean? I don't do it for anyone else. I quit doing that years ago. You know what I mean? That's the whole mentality of a skateboarder. Freedom. At least my mom gave me my freedom. She knew she couldn't control that fire. Pisces have a lot of fire going on right now. Look it up. It ain't nothing demonic. The devil makes it demonic. You know what I mean? The devil makes a rainbow tainted. You know what I mean? We don't need no education, huh? Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone! Huh? Unless you're a real teacher. And a real teacher listens. To listen is to teach. When you quit listening, what do you just listen to? Your own, all the time. You're not learning. You know what I mean? Life is never ending. And to be so narcissistic, like Sri Gary Olson, Master Path, like you actually got it. You actually got this life force you can tinker with. You know what I mean? And a lot of people police people the same way. They do not respect the life force. And I will not allow, and James Bond, my preacher, we just had a great conversation about this, how Gino was going back and forth. I call him Gina now, because he's acting kind of, huh? And that's no disrespect to women either. Look how strong Mama is out there. She don't mess around with her puppies. You know what I'm saying? She's a creeper. That's a slang term for, you got a car, you got a whip. It don't look like much, but then you're like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, you know what I mean? That's how those popos looked at me. Oh, this guy's insane. He doesn't have any weapons. Let's terrorize him. And then all of a sudden, huh? And then he showed a little, a little bit of that. What? You know what I mean? That's the look they gave me. And as Christ is my witness, as Yeshua, Joshua, Yahweh, Adonai is my witness. So, that's totally ridiculous. That's why I became, I love skateboarding. You just go out and do it. And all your energy, the only thing you're relying on is God's will. You know what I mean? I'm not bragging, but I got pictures of me. I used to be able to, jump. I got the pictures right here. I posted on my channel. Got a picture right here. I'm doing a board slide while this guy's having lunch. I remember in this photo, we said, "Are you gonna move?" You want to, that's all you want to move, brother, you know. I just chilling right there. See, that's the act of God, though, right? You realize God has you out on a limb, up in the air, literally. I used to jump like 13 feet steps, do a 180, pop that shit. And I can still ride. I'll show you. I ain't bragging. But that's God's force. You know what I mean? When you're up in the air, you're so high, literally. And everything just stands still. It's like when people play basketball or any sports, all of your energy is centered into one point. When the eye is single, the whole body will be full of light. And we're going all over here like this, you know what I mean? Everyone, not everyone, but mostly, most of them, they want your attention. Hey, look at me. Hey, hey, hey. You know what I mean? These advertisements. Hey, 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 eh, eh, eh. You know what I mean? I got something for you. Is that your language? That's what you sound like. You know what I mean? We all know that kid in high school and elementary. That's what you call a brat. And I ain't nothing special. But I'm tired of that. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? You got another thing coming. You think you can police me around or anything like that? You know what I mean? Like my meth head neighbor. You know what I mean? He's using this voice he never even uses before. You know, and he's like, it's totally fake. But he's like, yeah, you're scared little boy, huh? You're scared little boy. And I got 10 years on the douchebag. It ain't about that. And it ain't about like, I'm so tough, macho man. No, but you don't know anything, square one, what I've been through. You know what I mean? And that's not adult content, but when you are hurt by the man you call father in love, and you are raised by wolves, huh? That's some wild shit when you, huh? When you are introduced to violence face to face at a very young age, and it's coming from the man that you love. It's not like the Spartans, gladiator. We will defend our family. Yes, this and that. Look at Gladiator. Look at how he treats his son. It's amazing. And that movie is better than 90% of this, whatever the stuff you guys are coming out with these days. It's a bunch of, you know what I mean? And that's why this ain't nothing to brag about, but that's why all the army and police, they backed up real quick. Because they felt God's force. I use the force. I'm writing a new song. It's called The Force. Huh? I don't use it. I serve God's force. And God uses me, comes right through. You know what I'm saying? You got enough food, Boxer? Can you go to the bathroom? Me and Boxer need to go to the bathroom. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. Oh. Look, hold on, I gotta fix it. Boxer, come on. Hold on. She wants to hang out in the kitchen and eat everything from the refrigerator. Okay. Come on, Boxer. on, big dog. Huh? What's going to happen to a child if you have the blinders on growing up? Huh? I'll let you guys ponder on that question. I'm going to plug this thing in. What do you think is going to happen if you just do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm nothing special. But you don't want your children to end up like me. You do not. And that doesn't mean I'm a menace to society. Absolutely not. But when you hurt people, it's not good. It's not good. When you lay hands, it's not good. That's not what people do when they love someone. Okay. I'm singing through the window. Can you guys hear me? I'm singing through the window. Mom is hungry. Mama's hungry over here. She's nursing, so I gotta bring her a little bit of kibble. Oh yeah. We got Mama situated. Come on. Box it on your back. Oh. It was great. It was great. I was actually able to pet a few little puppers. Did you guys hear me through the window? I used to surprise my mom like that. She'd be doing the dishes, and I'd get the mop from the back, and I'd pop it up. You know, I think Fred, my brother, was the first one that did that. You know, it's crazy. All the pictures. Well, Dick Gregory talked about it. It hit hard. Hit hard. But he said, look at all those look at the pictures of you, very young. You know, I think it was between 1 year and 5 or something like that. You know, you're really happy, right? 6, 7. You don't know any evil. You don't see no evil. Most of the time, right? Most of the time. Or sometimes, you know what I mean? Lord knows. There's some bad people out there. But yeah, I tell you what, all those pictures, me and Fred getting wood with my dad. Man, we look so happy. Whoops, we were happy. And then all the pictures after that, Fred's looking away. You can see it in his face, his eyes. Eyes are the windows to the soul. And little puppies do have souls. You know what I mean? And the only reason I say all this is because I love the truth. That's the truth. Because God is not full of fear. You know what I mean? That's Satan's menu. And it ain't no joke. You know what I mean? That, and they desensitize us. Oh, it's so funny. You know what I mean? Just, oh, like in Gladiator, you know what I mean? He's fighting. Are you not amused? Huh? Remember that scene? Chester, sing us a song. Oh my God, it's so funny. And Terrence McKenna talked about this too. But a shaman, different from the rest of the tribe, he's not going to be worried about, what kind of cologne you're wearing, as long as it ain't making anyone sick, right? Some of these people with their cologne. Lord, oh my God. But you know what I mean? These little things nitpick. You know what I mean? This is what we all know, that kid back in high school, elementary, and this behavior is still going on. You know what I mean? And I don't even like the way that I acted yesterday. You know what I mean? I got my plate full. I got my cross to bear. But if we just keep saying, you know what I mean? Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, you know what I mean? Like New Mexico, they just keep letting out all the drunk drivers. You know what I mean? Just my 2 cents, what my hardest lessons and where I've learned, I haven't learned from just having a party all the time. You know what I mean? And a party is not, a lot of people, these fake friends, all fucked up. You know what I mean? And they can't even relate, And here these people, they're ready to they're just disgraceful, disgracing their family and their children. They don't even know what they got. And it's a big party, huh? It's a big joke. It's amusing. You know what I mean? What did Caesar say? Something like that. When people get restless, give them the games, right? Bring in the circus and distractions, and don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. And hey, no. And, just, you know what I mean? Let me ask you a question. Do you like that? It's okay to do that to someone else, police them around, but would you like that? Everyone desires freedom. You know what I mean? God didn't create life so that you can tell other life what to do. Does that make any sense? Oh, that's an oxymoron. Is that the word? Yeah. Like Sri Gary Olson, I'm the master, Just like that South Park episode. Respect my authority. Huh? Respect my authority. Remember Carmen? Respect my authority. Anyway, that's all, folks. God bless. No more of that. Por favor.